Hi everyone, welcome back to Manatee and Me, and welcome back to Scarlet Hollow. Okay, the kitten is chill for a moment, so let's do some Scarlet Hollow. Last we left, Reese was about to crack open a wall while listening to some very loud music. So let's go join Reese and Amanda in the morgue. Start my timer before I get distracted, because that will happen. Alright, Reese takes the axe from you and approaches the wall. Reese manages to cut through the wall with very little effort, unexpected from someone with his frame and condition, but you know his stringy muscles are backed by a mounting fury at what's been done to him. That goes a long way. He staggers back from the massive hole in the wall and admires his work. Holy shit. The splintered edges frame a dark passage, seemingly cut deep into the side of the cliff, cold seeping from a forgotten place that's already frigid, already placed in the already frigid morgue. Reese coughs as he takes a better look at what lies beyond the wound in the wall. There's a whole hallway back there. Thick, stale air leaks from the hole, filling the morgue with an earthy mildew-like. Yet the room is slowly filling with dirt. And with the stink of the grave-like room beyond comes an even stronger convulsion. You step forward. And you climb into the hole. This seems like such a bad idea. This is wild. I had no idea any of this was here. An entire hospital wing, rotting away for decades behind some flimsy drywall. His voice sounds distant. Your sole focus is finding it. Your feet move without prompting, and you stumble down the hallway towards the far wall, barely registering the antique clutter as you stagger past. Whoa, are you okay? You don't respond, and you don't bother to retrieve the axe. The wall is rotten, water damage having eaten away at the wood over the course of unknowable years, the planks nearly reduced to sawdust. You tear into it. Oh, it is there! I was worried that he was going to think she was crazy and there'd be nothing there. Enoch, I thought you weren't going to come. I was worried you'd leave me here forever. They said there's nothing they can do. I'll never use my legs again. Enoch, what am I going to do? Calm down, Teddy. These doctors don't know what they're talking about. I've been doing my own research, and I found an alternative. We won't have to worry about anything from here on. I promise. We went to talk to the witch. A witch? But that's nonsense. It's all right. It's all sorted. We're taking you home today, and everything will be resolved by this time next week. Everything goes black. Your visions swim back into focus, and it takes a solid second or two to reorient yourself. You're in an unfamiliar bed. Reese leans against the far wall, eyeing you with concern and curiosity. Hey, I was worried you'd slipped into a coma or something. You tore down a wall like a wild animal, found some weird carving, and collapsed. I think you might have had some kind of seizure. Sorry, guys. There we go. I think, maybe. Are you okay? I still have those documents I swiped, right? Yeah, you should still have them on you. Sure enough, you pull out the file containing medical documents about your family. I guess we'll start with Enoch's. Enoch Scarlet, born 1887, died in 1957, age 69. Cause of death, fall from a cliff. That one has a coroner's report attached. Organ sustained impact injuries. Lacerations to the neck and body consistent with fall from a great height. Let's look at Pearl Ann's. Cause of death, sleep apnea, discovered by her daughter Tabitha Chrysanthemum Scarlet. Good lord. No autopsy performed. Edward Dean's death certificate. Born 1913, died 2003, age 89. Cause of death, heart failure. Signed by her granddaughter Pearl Ann Scarlet. Pretty normal. Almost made it to 90. Died of a normal old person illness. Let's look at the others. You quickly flip through a few of the other Scarlets whose names aren't quite familiar. Theodore Scarlet, born 1890, died 1918, age 28. Cause of death, crushed in a mine collapse. Body not recovered. Signed by Enoch. Joseph Scarlet, born 1914, died 1944. Louis Scarlet, born August 20th, 1920, died 1944. Both killed at Normandy in the line of duty. They must have been Edward Dean's brothers. Certificate of fetal death, infant boy. Andrew Charles Scarlet, delivered 1945, stillbirth. Mother, Edward Dean Scarlet. Cause of death, complications during birth. No doctor present. Home burial. There was no doctor present at the birth, and a home burial. There's some information missing there. Alexander Scarlet, 1946 to 1957, age 9, missing, presumed dead, signed by mother Edward Dean Scarlet. Mary Bell Scarlet, 1947 to 1963, age 16. Cause of death, complications during childbirth, signed by her mother Edward Dean. Time to whip out the old string and corkboard. Wait, no, nothing spooky happened? The mountain didn't collapse on us? No ghosts? No, nothing. You just fell down, twitched a little, and when you seemed stable, it carried you back here. That was a few hours ago. But you have such a delicate constitution. What? It wasn't super far or anything. I just picked you up and carried you. I might be sick, but that doesn't mean that I'm made of paper. I can still do normal people things. I'm sure I'll pay for it later. I didn't want you to have to wake up in the musty hallway or the morgue. Does Dr. Kelly know I'm here? No, I snuck you back into the house while she was busy in the medical storage. I had a vision. Like a hallucination? I have those sometimes too. I used to have them a lot as a teen. Always just weird little things like my hands would look wrong, or my neck would seem too long, or the room would feel smaller. I think these are visions of things that actually happened. Whoa, I wonder if you'd see anything else if you were back in there. Or if there are more around town. Maybe if you collect them all, you'll finally unravel whatever the big mystery is. It seems fun. I probably should get going. Stella's still missing, and the stone here finally stopped yelling at me. That might be a little tricky. The doc is on the warpath up there. I refuse to take my medicine, and she's not happy about it. But after I read this, there's no way I was going to take anything she gives me. She's been poisoning me for years. I went ahead and blocked my doors, so she can't get down here. Now we just have to wait her out. You blocked your door? Of course I did. Put a chair in front of it. It's never failed me before. We don't need her coming down to finish me off or whatever it is she might do now that we know her treatment plan has been all these years. Good. That gives us time to figure out a plan. That's what I thought. We shouldn't underestimate her. I have these weird memories. I've always assumed they were dreams or hallucinations, but now? I think she used tranquilizers on me. Other times that I've gotten too unruly for her. I don't know how much of those memories I can trust, but I'm starting to think I should believe my instincts when it comes to the lengths she's willing to go to keep me under her control. Well, we'll wait until she's asleep, then we can at least get out of the basement, and we can figure out what to do from here. But why would your mom poison you? I don't know. But it's all in here. She never outright says that's what she's doing. And the recipe she came up with to deal with my flare-ups, whatever she thinks those are, involves that weird plant on the counter. I managed to look up the plant she's been using to make my medicine, and the internet says it's a castor bean. Oh my god! Oh my god, that's how you make ricin. It's used to make ricin, the super deadly poison that causes some of my exact symptoms. The thing is, I can't figure out is whether she's been trying to kill me slowly or if she just likes keeping me sick enough to be dependent on her. Either way, I don't think I ever had an illness. I think the illness was me growing up and becoming less easy to control. She found a cure for that. Ricin is really bad. How are you not dead? I don't know. Maybe it's low enough dosage, or maybe I developed a tolerance. But I think the fact that I feel more and more alive by the minute is proof that she was keeping me sick. I don't even need solid evidence. With your evidence, you should be able to go to the cops. Maybe not the local cops, but cops. You're right. I have her journal. That's pretty incriminating, even if she left out the descriptive words for what she was up to. Ideally, I'd never have to see or think about her again, but if it comes to it, this could be my guarantee that she would never be able to have power over me again. No matter what, we should get out of this basement. Where we go? The only person I know who has a car is Kanika, and she's not answering her phone. I don't know anyone else. I don't have any other family to go to if I never even finished high school. When I get out of this house, I don't know how I'm going to make sure I don't wind up right back down here. Let's not get too far ahead. Let's just wait out your mom and get out of here. You shouldn't call her my mom. As far as I'm concerned, she forfeited that title. I don't even think I can call her doctor. She's just some woman now. Can't wait for her to be in the rearview mirror of the rest of my life. We'll see if we can wait her out. If she doesn't fall asleep by 10, we'll figure out something else. These windows are supposedly shatterproof, which she always said was for burglars. Now I assume it was yet another way to keep me boxed in. But we can try to break them anyway. A distraction seems like a good idea. As you probably can tell, I'm getting a little jittery. Maybe it's the lack of poison in my system for the first time in years, or the fact that my whole perception of reality has been turned on its head. Probably a combo. It doesn't feel awful, to be honest. Can we stop with the flirting? I know that's a character build, but that's not appropriate here. Actually, this is a good idea. I believe you owe me a showing of Shi no Chi, Death Blood. I believe I do. Oh. Reese gets a movie set up and joins you on the bed. Let me know if it gets to be too much. I'm not a great judge of how other people will react to this sort of things I watch, but I definitely don't want you to feel uncomfortable. This is a slow burn of a movie, but the dread it's managing to build is palpable in the room. Or maybe that's just how it feels down here with all the time, with the grisly paintings, lack of lighting, cinder block walls, and of course the fact that the woman currently lurking upstairs has been poisoning his son since his teens. I've seen a couple of this director's other films, and they're interesting, though it is probably the best introduction to his work. The way it jump cuts seemingly unrelated TV show recordings that then wind up tying them back into the narrative adds a level of realism and depth to the world that I can find really engrossing. It's found footage used to its fullest. I can't believe I'll be able to just do things from here on out, like watch movies with another person. Or talk to people ever. You can hear the difference in energy now that Reese hasn't had his daily dose of poison. He's uncharacteristically chatty, clearly not used to talking to another person, let alone when he has the energy to carry on a long conversation. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We first need to get out of here. That's true. I shouldn't be counting my chickens. We still have to get past the woman upstairs. He's tense, his back straightening, his muscles clenching as he's reminded of the obstacle. Hopefully we can just wait her out. If not, he trails off, but his features soften as he once again immerses himself in the film. A man on the screen yells, portents of doom into the camera, trailing off into a wordless scream. The plot is really heating up. I love that there are all these distinct sort of vignettes, little pockets of horror that affect a small number of people, and only once you start to see how they fit together do you realize some fundamental horror about the universe. And then it sees you back. Incredible. Cosmic horror in its truest sense. Reese is becoming very animated. It's probably safe to assume he's dealing with a lot of extra adrenaline right now, what with his entire reality turning out to be a lie. But he's also talking over the movie. I think the movie is too chill for you right now. Maybe we should figure out how to leave. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I talking too much? I'm really not used to having anyone around. And I'm feeling a little overwhelmed with, everything. I think I'm hopped up on adrenaline or something. But we don't have to leave just yet. I can settle down. Reese is doing the opposite of settling down. His movements are becoming erratic, his voice rising in volume. Though maybe you're right. Maybe we shouldn't keep waiting. The longer we wait, the more likely it is the woman upstairs will figure out that we're onto her. And it would be too easy for her to lock me up again and be thorough about it this time. There's a knock on the window. Amanda, don't get any closer to that thing. It's time to go home. That voice. I know that voice. Is that who's been following you around? Without another word, Wayne starts pounding on the supposedly shatterproof window. Enemies upstairs, enemies outside, we're surrounded. Even if I get out of this house, it won't be safe. You won't be safe. What do you mean? Wayne isn't going to hurt you. He hasn't hurt anyone. Yes, he will. He's furious at me. Can't you hear it? But I'm not weak anymore. I can fight back. I don't have to cower in fear from the people who want to hurt me. Oh, this is not going to turn out good. I can protect both of us, Amanda. The window shatters. Oh, what is going on with Reese? Oh, Jesus, what is going on? As Reese starts to tear at his clothes, paint bubbles out from the canvases and his ghoulish figures peeling themselves out of their two-dimensional worlds, invading yours, crawling up the walls. Oh my god, he's got a tail! Why does he have a tail? Grab my hand, I'll pull you out. Leave us alone. In a surge of violence, the change that has been brewing inside of Reese finally comes, and it manifests. The broken basement window is sealed off and Wayne along with it. This is probably a poor decision. I'm gonna run for the stairs. You've seen enough to know you need to leave. You run up the stairs. The door is blocked by a chair, and it's blocked by something else too. Run and try and tear through them. You toss the chair out of the way and you do your best to tear through the substance covering the door. It reforms and regenerates too quickly for you to claw your way through. Should have known when he carried us. Defeated, you turn back to the basement. The remainder of Reese's paintings await their artist's command. It's okay. Stay right there. I can take care of this. Then she won't be able to hurt anyone anymore. I'll be right back. Reese storms up the stairs, leaving you with his smears. You're not sure who to help. Best follow Reese and see how things play out. You make your way to the door that beckoned you yesterday, an intrigue now washed away. You know where it leads. You know what secrets the stone that lurks in the forgotten basement of the clinic had to share with you. Now the clinic holds a new horror. Somewhere beyond the narrow hallway leading from the house proper to the doctor's office, there's a monster preparing to do something unthinkable. You grasp a handle and turn. Dr. Kelly emerges from the shadows and levels a firearm in your direction. You instantly notice it's not a prepper rifle, but some kind of tranquilizer gun. Duck! I'm just gonna duck. You do as she says, ducking out of the way. She shoots. The gun isn't very loud. There's only a pop as the projectile leaves the barrel, whizzing through the air. You turn to see a dart embedded in Reese's chest. He pulls a tranquilizer dart out of his chest. heaving heavy breaths as the drug courses through his system. You're going to have to try harder than that, you... How did you... As if you could hope to stop me, you pathetic waste of flesh. Before Wayne takes another step down the stairs, paint flows out between the cracks in the wood. Reese's panic, pulling a mob of furious smears to hold its enemies in place. The artist darts away, but the smears continue their work in his absence. Dr. Kelly makes her escape down the hallway, and Wayne is overcome, glued in place at the top of the stairs by a stifling globs of paint. Dr. Kelly makes her escape down the hallway, and Wayne is overcome, glued in place at the top of the stairs by stifling globs of paint. I'm gonna run after Dr. Kelly. She's got guns. You run forward, braving the onslaught of the smears, dodging them as best as you can to see where Dr. Kelly went. The door in front of you is smothered in paint. Hey! Dr. Kelly's voice crackles out some unseen speaker. You, Amanda, I'm stuck in the safe room. I can't help you from here, but you can help the both of us. What the hell is your son, ma'am? I wish I knew. He was fine until he hit puberty. Everyone said raising a teen was going to be a bitch, but they don't know the half of it. I need you to get to the medical storage room. I'll give you further instructions when you're there. Guess we're heading to the medical storage room. You turn back and head towards the medical storage room. I'm here. Great. Now listen to me. I need you to use the black taped key to get into the cabinet and bring me the elephant tranquilizers. It's a bottle labeled carfentanil. Bear tranquilizers clearly aren't going to cut it anymore. Wait, I think this was in the news. Like, people were trying to use this recreationally. Good lord. An intercom system, Doc? Good. You should hear this. Amanda, you don't have to do anything, she says. I'm not going to hurt anybody else. Just her. If I don't, you and I both know she's just going to shoot me full of elephant tranquilizers. Did I hear that right? And shove me back down in that basement, or maybe someplace even worse, and keep killing me every day for the rest of my miserable existence. I feel amazing right now, better than I've ever felt in my life. I'm not dangerous. She's just scared because she knows she finally has to pay for what she's taken from me. I'm just gonna remain silent. I don't want to provoke anything. It's okay, Amanda. Just get to the cabinet and I can get all this sorted out. You don't have to do what she says. She told me what to do for as long as I've been alive, and look where it landed me. Half dead, holed up in a basement, and she's put me right back if she had her way. Hell, if she had no trouble doing this to her own son, who else might be she treating without their knowledge? So just stay right there while I do what needs to be done. There won't be any speck of blood on your hands. Enough! Reese cries out in pain. Oh, what the hell did you do to my shoulder? You see, for the briefest instant, something coming out of Wayne's sleeve. Just a flash of pale yellow. Then it's gone, slithering back into Wayne's clothes. Dude, what the hell's wrong with this town? I'll handle it. Try to get somewhere safe until then. The two stagger off down the hallway. Quick, grab the tranquilizers and head to the safe room. Yeah, we're gonna grab the tranquilizers. As she says, the tranquilizers are easy to find, marked with a small square of black tape to match the key. She's certainly an organized woman. Head for the safe room. Make your way out of the medical storage room and back to the hallway where Dr. Kelly disappeared. As you approach, Dr. Kelly heaves open the door, slowly breaking apart the mass of paint sealing it shut. Hurry! I don't think I can keep it open for long. You slip past her into the safe room. She shuts the door quickly, though one of the little smears manages to slip past her. She stomps on it, painted viscera splattered across the cement floor. Sounds like Reese and your friends are still fighting. We probably have a few minutes before he gets here. What's the game plan? Both long and short term, please. Well, I pumped him full of elephant tranquilizers, then I lock him in here. Then somebody convince him to see things from my perspective. Then we all live happily ever after. Dude, you gotta put him down. It might come to that one day, but not now. I'm not ready for it now. While you're at it, any other secrets you're keeping? Maybe. If we both survive, I might decide to share a few more. If you don't go tattling to anybody. What is this room? Old x-ray room, lead walls. After I realized this whole situation was a possibility, I had the door reinforced with special remote-controlled locks. Glad it could finally come in handy. So let's talk race. Yeah, I bet you have some questions. Go ahead. I have nothing left to hide. How did you settle in ricin? Dr. Kelly gives you a long, hard look. I don't want to talk about that woman. But screw it, I might die tonight. Sure, I'll tell you. And that's all I have to say about that. Whoa. Was his dad similar? A strange little smile creeps on Dr. Kelly's face. I wish I knew. Reese just kind of happened. I wasn't seeing anyone. I just woke up pregnant one day. I know how impossible that sounds. I'm a doctor, for Christ's sakes. I kept having these weird dreams, almost like sleep paralysis episodes. Romantic sleep paralysis episodes. They were actually kind of sweet, but they were just dreams. But then all of a sudden my period stopped when I got morning sickness, and roughly 9 months later, Reese. What is he? At first I thought he was some kind of werewolf, but if he is, he doesn't follow any moon cycles, rules, or anything. Silver don't do shit to him, and you've seen what he looks like. It's just weird. I almost wish I could examine him while he's fully transformed. I'd be fascinated to know what happens to him, or how his body does it. But he seems pretty hell-bent on ripping my throat out, so I guess it'll just have to remain a mystery. Why did you start poisoning him? Dr. Kelly sighs. Can we stop calling it poison? Yes, it's poison, but the act of me giving him poison was not me poisoning him. I was medicating his illness. It started when he was around 15. I'd been giving him increasingly high doses of Klonopin, but his body kept adapting and his symptoms would just come back, especially if we ever fought. I couldn't keep ordering all those drugs. It was already suspicious, and I could risk losing my license, especially if anyone found out what I was using them for. Someone approached me with a solution. I took it, and I've been dealing with the emotional and mental consequences of that decision ever since. Let's just leave it. What do you guys think? Is it Sybil? You and Dr. Kelly sit in silence and wait for her son to make his way to you. The sound of distant breaking glass cuts through the silence of the clinic outside the safe room. Shit, this might be game time. Dr. Kelly opens the door. The two of you stare out into the hallway. Jeez and Pete's, what is that? Is this what you were so afraid of? Hand over the tranquilizers. This is our shot. Yes, give her the tranquilizers. Dr. Kelly quickly loads them into her gun, leveling the barrel at her son. Amanda, I thought we were in this together. Thank God. Dr. Kelly sighs heavily, staring down at the warped figure of her son. I can drag him into the safe room on my own. I'll meet you at the front when I'm done. Guess we'll leave her to it. You return to the entrance of the clinic. Everything is quiet now. Only streaks of paint where Reese's minions had once roiled out of cracks in the wood. Keep keeping the status quo. I hope you understand that this needs to stay between us. I don't care how much you feel like you need to share what just happened with other people. The more people know about this, the more trouble it is for me and for him. I don't need any more well-intentioned escape plans. Well, while we're sharing, there's a magic stone in your basement. Just thought you should know. And also, we busted a hole in the wall down there. Okay, thanks for the heads up, I guess. Someone needs to kill him. It's better for everyone, Reese included. Stuck alone and poisoned in a tiny cage is no way to live. I don't care what kind of monster he is, Amanda. He's still my kid. I'm not going to give up on him so easily. As much as I'd love to stand around chatting, I have to get to work. Gotta clean this place as best I can before tomorrow. And you should probably get home. It's dark. I'm sure your cousin is worried about you. I'm just gonna leave. I don't really think... You don't wait to be kicked out. Heading to the door to the clinic and into the dark night beyond. The night is oddly warm compared to the chill of the day. Crickets singing quietly in the sleepy little neighborhood. And that is where we are going to leave it for next time. Alrighty guys, that's all for today. Wow, that was a long episode that way, but maybe it's just because I was sweating bullets. So, alrighty guys, until next time, take care and happy sipping.